As a child, my guest loved reading. She loved getting lost in the books. These are her words. She must have read uh, the best of books, the best of stories, because of how she turned out to be as an adult. Hello, I'm Bill Moniz, and this is Winners Celebration. This program is brought to you by Layuna Local 183. Layuna, feel the power. With me, Chantal Davies, to whom I say hello.
Hi.
How are you?
Good. How are you?
I am very well. You're a lawyer. You must be busy these days.
Very busy.
Yeah?
Yeah, but that's always good. We say in our business.
Yeah. You've been a lawyer for how long?
I got called to the bar April 2021, so
Yeah.
I'm still a newer call,
Yeah.
but doesn't make it any less exciting.
Are you on your own or are you part of a company of lawyers?
Yeah, I'm part of a firm, so I work for Davies Webb LLP.
Oh, I see.
Yeah. So they're located in Brampton. So I'm part of the civil litigation team.
Civil litigation.
Yeah.
Wow. As I look at your bio, the first thing that caught my eye was the fact that your mom comes from Portugal, your dad comes from Iraq.
I know, a strange mix.
Two beautiful, yet I would say different cultures, no?
Oh, definitely. I always tell people that it could only happen in Canada.
It is true. How did this duality play out in your household? What kind of dynamic did it create?
I think it was really nice because both cultures were really celebrated in my household. So even for celebrations, like we'd do, one day would be with my mom's family and it would be very loud and very with the Portuguese food and just crazy. And then
a lot of noise.
A lot of noise. And then the next day you go to my dad's side and it's just a crazy Iraqi celebration with all the food and the music. So we celebrated both cultures fully.
There are some similarities, aren't there?
Yeah, I'd say so.
I would say.
Yeah.
And you know, when your heart is in the right place, the differences don't make that much of a dent.
No, not at all.
So, in your bio, you say that both of your parents worked extremely hard to provide you with a great childhood. What did they do?
I just think that they did everything that they could to make sure that I had anything I needed in life. My dad is an extremely hard worker. Would work 7 days a week if he had to
And
provide.
he's with?
So he works with Bowmanite currently, and he's a member of Luna Local 183.
Luna Local 183.
Yeah.
And your mom?
So mom used to work, and then at some point after my younger sister was born, they decided to have mom stay home to look after us.
Yeah.
So she was a stay-at-home mom, which is a job in itself, truly.
Yeah. Sometimes you hear of immigrant families, parents that work day and night.
Yeah.
In your case, it was probably not quite.
No, dad was definitely the breadwinner, and he worked a lot.
Yeah.
But at least we had mom there kind of to take care of the home and be with us and keep up that role. But yeah, anything we needed, they would definitely go out of their way to make sure that we had fully, which was really nice.
That's great. You mentioned a younger sister.
Yes.
Is that the only sibling you have, or?
And I have an older brother as well. Yeah.
How did you get along?
Great. I'm the favorite sibling, if you ask me.
No, you're the mid-child.
I'm the middle child, yep.
Yeah.
So me and my sister are thick as thieves now. I mean, when we were younger, we definitely were not close. There's this great story that my parents always tell when they brought my sister home for the first time. And my first reaction was I threw a doll at her. But now we're inseparable. And me and my brother have always been close. And he has a family of his own now, so I have nephews. And we're just like the best of friends.
So there is, the family is
expanding, yes.
Expanded. What were the highlights of your life growing up? You've said that you had a wonderful um, growing up. What were the highlights? Things that stick to your mind?
Oh my goodness.
You haven't thought about that for a while, have you?
No,
Oh,
not for a long
you've just
time.
been happy and that's it.
Yeah. I mean, I think as you get older, there's different milestones you're always looking forward to, and there's
Yeah.
some memories that I'm constantly
Yeah.
creating.
Yeah.
So from
You
my,
mentioned the get-togethers with your
yeah.
family. I guess that would be one of them, right?
Oh, for sure. Family's super important to me. So even today, like,
Yeah.
we're always together. So
Yeah. Schooling, as you grew up, must have been quite important to you. I have a feeling that your parents valued education quite a bit.
definitely, yeah.
Yeah.
But I think too, they always said that I had this kind of passion for school in myself. So even when I was learning to read and things like that, like my parents never had to really push me to want to sit down and read a book. It was something I just always wanted to do. And the same thing with school. Like I never had an issue of, I always wanted to do the schoolwork. I always
Yeah.
wanted to learn. I wanted to go to museums and learn more and do research and all that fun stuff. So to me, it was something I was always quite passionate about.
Yeah.
So it was nice for them, I guess, to be able to push me in that direction, but not really have to push too hard. I was already
Yeah.
going down that path anyways.
Wow.
Yeah.
This passion for reading, do you know when it started? When this interest started? Do you know if there was any event that created this interest?
I don't honestly, I don't recall it. It's every time I think back to being younger, I just always remember reading.
Yeah.
I have, and my husband will tell you, I've taken over two major bookshelves right now, and it's just filled with books, and I've got Kindles and all this good stuff, and it's just something that I've always been
Did your
passionate
parents
about.
read?
Not to the same extent as I
No.
did. No, no.
Interesting.
So I think it was interesting for them to have me be so passionate about reading for sure.
Yeah. I'm told that you did competitive figure skating.
Yes.
Oh,
Yeah, I know.
that's a departure from reading.
Yeah, you have to do sports as well when you're younger.
Yeah, and you did that, eh?
Yeah, I did that for a while. Which,
Competitive, eh?
yes, I did compete. Um, gosh, it was quite a lot too. Like I remember we would go all over the place as well for competitions, which was really fun. And then you do all the shows
And
and
of course, your parents went with you
yes, always. So it was
to
nice.
support.
Yes.
To support.
Yeah.
You also took at some point dancing and soccer.
Yeah. After I wanted a break from,
Talk about variety.
hey, you have to be well rounded these
Yes.
days.
Yeah.
So I decided to take a break from competitive figure skating at a certain point and decided, you know what, let's try different things. And I went into dance, I went into soccer, and I even did badminton as well for a while. I just,
Yeah.
anything to get out and enjoy myself was
Yeah.
always good.
Going back to the reading,
Mm.
I'm curious, what kinds of books did you read? Now, as a child, I would imagine you read child stories, but as you grew up,
Mm.
what kinds of books did you read? Is there any particular interest?
Oh, I read everything and anything, to be honest.
Yeah.
I mean, I did a minor in English when I was in university,
Yeah.
which was so much fun for me because my homework was to read books.
Yeah.
So I've done
We're
a
going to talk about
range.
the university
Yeah.
in a minute, but you know, did you like a particular topic? I think I read somewhere that you liked crime stories. Is that true?
Oh, yeah, I do love a good mystery book.
Oh, yeah.
And Harry Potter. That was always a big one too. I like the series, like the Harry Potters, the Lord of the Rings, but I do like a good mystery book. I like to figure out the mystery before the book ends. That's my big thing. Yeah.
What did you say? What about the ending? Some people start with the end.
I can't know. I don't want to do it. I don't spoil it, but I do like to try and guess what the ending will be before I get there. And I do like to think I'm normally right.
You're a mystery reader.
Yeah.
Now, your education, elementary school, where did you go?
Did St. Simon's Stock.
Yeah.
Well, technically I started at St. Elizabeth Stein, and then because of where we lived, there was a new elementary school built, so they sent half the kids there. Then I moved to St. Simon's Stock. Then I went to Mount Carmel, and these are all schools in Mississauga.
High school was what?
Mount Carmel.
Mount Carmel.
Yeah.
What kind of student were you, as if I didn't know? You were an exemplary student, were you not?
Yeah.
Honors?
Yeah.
All the way?
Yeah, honor roll
Yeah.
every year, for sure.
Did you ever mentor other students? Because sometimes when you have a bright student, they're chosen to mentor other students that are not doing so well. Did you ever get into that, or?
I did do tutoring every once in a while, for
Yeah.
sure. But I got more into the mentorship programs when I got further along in life. So I joined mentorship programs in university.
Yeah.
And even today, I'm still mentoring.
You're still doing it, eh?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. What was your favorite subject in high school?
Oh, I loved history.
History.
Yeah, loved it.
Yeah.
That was my favorite.
Mm-hmm.
And I liked law, of course.
Of course.
Of course.
We're going to talk about law in a minute. Now, in 2012, before you entered the university, you received an important award
Yes.
from LiUNA Local 183.
Yes.
Now, your dad is still there. Is he still
Yes.
a member? Was he the one who pushed for you to apply?
Oh, 100%. Every day he was reminding me, get that application and get that application in. And I'm so grateful he did that.
Yeah. I'm told that the process is not as easy as it would seem. They have a lot of applicants, and then they only choose a few. You're one of the lucky ones. Through the process, you have to write an essay. Do you remember what you wrote?
No,
You cannot remember.
I cannot
But
remember.
it must have pleased them, right? What did you get? Some people get. Some people have told me 10,000 for 4 years.
Yes.
You remember what you got?
10,000 for 4
It was
years.
for that.
Yeah.
It helped, huh?
Oh, definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, 10,000 is education is expensive. If you hadn't received this scholarship, it would have been a little more difficult, right?
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
Throughout university, I was still working while I was pursuing my education. So having that money, knowing that that was something I was going to have access to, just helps. You know, when I'm getting closer to exam season, if I don't want to work, I know I have that wiggle room that, okay, I've got the scholarship funds. I know it's going to cover that bit of the tuition.
Yeah.
I don't have to worry so much. So it goes a long way for
It
sure.
goes a long way. And this program is growing. I have a picture of you up there with the board of directors
Yes.
of Local 183. Your parents must have been very proud that night.
Oh, they were.
I'm not sure you know this, but this scholarship program was created quite a few years ago. And in just a matter of 16 years, it has grown beyond it's millions and millions of dollars that have already been spent on these scholarships. And before we continue chatting, I'd like to show a brief clip of the administrator of the fund responsible for these scholarships, Christian McNeil, and he explains, it's a very brief clip, 30 seconds, I think. He explains the evolution of the LiUNA Local 183 scholarship program between 2006 and 2022. Let's watch.
When the program started, the membership was a lot lower than it is today. Back in 2006, you can see in around 2011, there was exponential growth within the membership. So there was obviously more members, more contributions. So as we sit today, as you say, we're at over $500,000, 189 applicants, I believe, this year, and 70. We're going to award 70 this evening.
That's a lot of growth, isn't it?
Yes, it is. Yeah.
A lot of growth Indeed. Now, after receiving this award, Chantal, you went to university, starting a new path towards what I'd call a very promising career. Now, we're going to be talking about that career after a very brief pause. Is that okay?
Yeah, that's totally fine.
Okay. Stay with us. We'll be right back. Thank you.
Welcome to Go Live TV, the first intercultural IPTV station that broadcasts over 50 shows in 22 different languages. Here at Go Live TV, you can now book your event at our venue. We have green screens, multiple sets and backdrops, including a fully equipped kitchen and a news studio, a photography booth, podcast and radio station, a stage with a 9x14-foot video wall, and much more. Book our studio now. Go Live TV, the only multimedia one-stop shop, offering everything you need to take your event to the next level.
We're back with Chantal Davies. Now, in university, you went to complete your honors BA at the University of Toronto, right?
Yes.
Yeah. But what strikes me as very interesting is that you also completed a double major in political science and history with a minor in English. How did you accomplish all of this?
I don't know sometimes. I look back on it and I'm like, I don't know how I did it. Now I'm like, I have to be in bed by 8 o'clock, no later, and otherwise I'm exhausted the next day. But I don't know. I think at the time, it just seemed easy. I was already in some of these classes and I was like, okay, I'm just 2 more classes away to add a minor. Why not? Let's do it. Yeah, I'll go to summer school, but it's okay. Like, let's do it. Like, it's fun. I'm enjoying myself. I'm
The
learning.
more the merrier.
Yeah. Like, take full hold of this experience and really enjoy it.
Okay, so a lot of energy,
Yeah.
obviously.
Yeah.
A lot of purpose.
Yeah.
A lot of, I don't want to put words in your mouth, but a lot of self-discipline, I'm quite sure.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Time management is key for sure.
Give yourself credit for that. Did you know at this stage in your life what you wanted to do?
I don't think in the early years of university I was 100% certain yet, but I did have an inkling that law was something I wanted to pursue.
Yeah.
And then as I went through university, it just solidified it for me. And then it was more of a question of, okay, what kind of lawyer do I want to be?
Yeah. Now, on top of all this, which we mentioned, you were elected as Vice President of Internal Affairs for the Wordsworth College Students Association. What did this involve?
So, at the University of Toronto, there's different colleges.
Yes.
So Wordsworth College is one, and I was elected to do the internal affairs of running the college. So it was a lot now that I'm thinking about it. But yeah, I was an executive member. So I was one of 2 vice presidents. So
What did you do?
oh my goodness, what did I not do? Other than
Okay.
all the meetings, the meetings with the faculty, the staff, advocating for students, coming up with programming to assist students, running the office that was there and providing like internal services, so photocopying, printing, things like that.
Advocating for students.
Yes.
There's the lawyer in you right
Yes.
there. Yeah. What is this orientation coordinator? I'm reading this title here under your bio, mentor. This was all part of what you're saying, right?
No, it was in addition to,
This
actually.
is in addition to.
Yeah. I like to keep busy. I don't know. So yeah, I was an orientation coordinator as well. So I planned the orientation week for, I think it was 7,000 students, which was
Wow.
so much fun. And then I became a mentor as
Yeah.
well for the first year incoming university
The
students.
incoming students, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now, we've touched upon this a little bit, but what were with all this juggling, because I can see you going like this and doing it very well,
Yeah.
what was the main challenge? Just managing time?
Oh, definitely, I think. And finding a balance, I think, is also
Finding a
important.
balance.
Yeah, because you don't want to give yourself to one thing completely and then everything else kind of,
Yeah.
falls
Yeah.
through. So I still wanted to make time for my family, my friends.
I know I was going to ask you, did you have any time for socializing?
Oh, yeah.
You did too, huh?
I made sure I made time to socialize. You need that downtime, especially when you're so go, go, go.
So your day had what, 30 hours?
Felt like it sometimes, for sure. A lot of long nights. That's
Incredible.
definitely it. Yeah.
Yeah. Now, we've already talked about the LiUNA Local 183 Award because you did receive, for your good work,
Yes.
you received a number of awards, especially from school, the Woodsworth College Students Association. Now, this, I'm not sure I can pronounce this. Wibke?
Yeah. Yeah.
Smythe Scholarship?
Yeah. So.
What was that?
So just for good grades and the work I was doing for the school, I
This is
received.
university,
Yeah,
all right?
I received a scholarship from Woodsworth College as well.
Oh,
Yeah.
Okay. The J.S. Woodsworth Service Award. This is more to do with the community,
Yeah.
in the university,
Yeah.
right?
Yep.
An award as well. And on your bio, you use the word prestigious. Gordon Cressy Student Leadership Award. Gordon Cressy. Am I thinking of the right Gordon Cressy, former politician?
I believe so.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then he moved to the academia, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
And so, what was this leadership award? Obviously, it's about leadership, but what did it entail?
So it's the University of Toronto itself actually gives out that award. So they select a very small handful of students that have, again, had excellent grades, contributed to the university, just contributed to the Toronto community as a whole as well, and decide to honor them with this award
Yeah.
at their final year.
Do you have a wall in your house just for these awards? Or?
Yeah, I do. My mom made sure of it. They are all on display.
How big a wall is it?
It's a normal size wall, I swear. But it is. It's kind of embarrassing sometimes, but
Never embarrassing. Can I ask you this? Did these awards in any way affect your motivation, your performance, or they were just awards? It was nice to have them, but you knew exactly what to do with or without awards. Did they do anything for you at all?
I think you kind of hit it on the head. I think it's really nice to be recognized.
Yeah.
100%. It gives you a bit of validation.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, everything I did to deserve those awards, I
Yeah.
didn't do it to get the award.
That's right.
So, but it's always nice to
It's
see
nice,
some
of course.
validation.
Now, after obtaining your degree from University of Toronto, you went on to get your LLB at the University of Birmingham,
Yes.
UK. Why England?
I think it was something inside me that I've always wanted to travel. I wanted to see more of the world. And I thought, why not go to England and pursue law there?
And this is a prestigious
Yes.
school.
Yes, it's part of the Russell
You were
Group.
there for how long?
2 years.
It's a 2-year program.
Yeah, because I already have an undergraduate degree. The University of Birmingham lets me do that program in 2 years.
Yeah, I don't denote any British accent from you.
No. There was a hint of it for a while I lived there. My family
But
made
it
sure
didn't stick.
it didn't stick.
Yeah, with some people it doesn't. With other people it just
They absorb it, yes.
and that's it.
Yep.
So you were in England for 2 years, then you came back.
Yes.
But before you did come back, again, you had to have another role within the university. You became a top negotiator at the internal negotiation competition held at this university in the UK. Okay, so you continued on this crazy path.
Yeah,
In
I don't
England.
slow down. I just keep going.
Yeah. So what was this top negotiator all about?
Um,
Dispute resolution, right?
yeah, so you have to you can decide if you want to do negotiation, mooting, debate team, things like that when you're in law school. So I
Yes.
decided to do negotiation, and we had an internal competition amongst the students to see who would go on to represent the school at a bigger competition. And I was the winner of that. By my own amazement. Another award that I don't need. And so I got the honor of representing the school at the Center for Dispute Resolution, where all the schools
Yeah.
in the UK went and competed.
And you held free education sessions?
So
Was it part of this?
I was also an executive committee member of our pro bono committee.
Oh, yeah.
So part of that role was we held free legal education centers, so for different topics, and we provided them to the community so that people could get informed about different things.
I see a title here, Street Law Coordinator.
That was the role, yes.
Yeah. So you left England.
Yes.
Do you miss it? Do you miss the atmosphere?
Yeah.
And you did travel.
I did travel a lot, yeah.
We're going to talk a little bit about that in a short while, because you're still not finished with school here. You came back to Canada.
Yes.
And then you went to Osgoode Hall.
Yes. Did my master's there.
And you got your master's, and you were, of course, successful in your exams, and you were called to the bar in April of 21.
Yes.
You became a lawyer.
I became a lawyer.
Was it a big party, Portuguese party?
No, because it was COVID, so I didn't even have the honor of...
no.
Yeah, so we didn't even have the full ceremony when I got called, because typically you get to go downtown and you're robed and you walk across the...
You can always postpone. I wish I had known about this. We
Yeah.
could have done it here.
It was okay. I still got dressed up and we did it at home.
Yeah.
So it was okay. I still took my oath and...
Most
yeah.
proud parents.
Oh, yeah, they
I
were
bet.
very proud. Yeah.
Yeah. As a lawyer, so you've been a lawyer since 21. What is your specialty? Have you specialized on anything, or?
It's going to likely be civil litigation. I did dabble in some other areas. So I did real estate. I worked in-house for a company.
Yeah.
I just did family as well. But I've been doing civil litigation for a while, and I think...
You chose that consciously, or it just came your way?
I think it came my way, kind of flowed with the experiences I was getting. And it's something I gravitated towards. It's something I'm interested in.
Civil litigation. What are the biggest challenges in civil litigation?
I think it will always be just managing client expectations sometimes. Right now, the biggest challenge is with COVID, the court system is so backed up, unfortunately. So it's taking a really long time for people to get their day in court, if you will. So kind of managing that with clients.
And there is no jumping the line, is there?
No. Everyone wants to do that.
It's not like in the supermarket.
No.
You continue to work in the community, in this case, the community out there.
Yes.
I read that you are volunteering at a women's shelter for domestic violence victims. Are you still doing it?
Not at this present time. It was a bit too much. I need to take a bit of a break.
Yeah.
But I was doing that for a while.
Yeah.
It was something that was always been a bit near and dear to my heart. I like offering advice and my services to vulnerable people that I think need it most. And they're typically some of the more vulnerable ones, especially when I was practicing in family law.
There's such a need, isn't there?
Yeah, for sure.
Okay, so it's not just work, is it?
No, it can't be.
You mentioned travel. You did travel while in England.
Yes.
To how many countries? Do I read correctly? 14?
Yeah. I spent a lot of time traveling when I was in England. I took a full advantage. I mean, You
14 countries in Europe.
Yep. I loved it.
Where'd you go?
Oh, I went everywhere. We did Norway, Sweden, Denmark, Finland, Estonia,
The
obviously.
Nordic countries, eh?
Yeah, obviously you got to count England because I traveled around there. Ireland. I did Italy twice.
Always twice. Italy
Oh,
deserves twice.
I'll
Yeah.
go again if they'd let me.
Did you go to Iraq?
No, but I would like to go.
Portugal?
And funny enough, no. It just
But you've been to both?
no, I've never been to either.
Neither?
Neither. And I would love to go.
Aren't you parents
No,
a little embarrassed not
No.
to have taken you there?
no. I always say that. No,
No?
they said that if I want to go, more than welcome to.
Yeah. But they never went back, eh?
No, but my dad lived in Italy for a little bit. So I actually, when I graduated from law school,
Yeah.
we did a trip. So we did Italy and Greece at that time, and we went back to where my dad lived in Italy. And that was a really nice moment to see where he was kind of like, he was there from when he was like 18 to 20.
Yeah.
So seeing where he hung out in his youth and where
Yeah,
he lived, that was
yeah.
fun.
Your mom is from Portugal. Do you know where?
San Miguel.
She's a Azorian.
Yeah.
Great islands.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm very partial because I'm from there as well.
Yeah.
Reading, of course, you continue to read, eh?
Yes,
What
have
are
to.
you reading these days? Still mystery?
Yeah, love it. I love a good mystery. Maybe a little romance here and there to
Yeah.
spice it up and change things. But yeah,
Yeah.
good mystery book. Love it.
Knitting?
I'm trying to learn to knit
From whom?
myself. I don't know why. And I'm the only one in my family that like has taken this
Really?
interest.
It's
Yeah,
supposed to be relaxing.
it is. And that's why I've tried to do it.
Yeah.
It's apparently very like therapeutic. And apparently one of my grandmothers used to knit. So maybe that's where I get it from.
Yeah, yeah. It requires a lot of patience.
Oh, definitely.
Oh, this. Watching movies. You like to watch movies. Let me guess. Crime.
Well, yes, I love the crime, but I like action thrillers.
Yeah.
Yeah, we like all that stuff.
And you spend time with your family, with your sister.
Yes,
And you have nephews now.
yes,
Right? How
yes.
many?
I only have two nephews.
Two nephews.
Yes, so
Young.
well, one is now 12, 13, and then the other one is 9, 10. So they're a bit older.
Okay, so they're not
They're not babies anymore, unfortunately. I miss sometimes when they were babies.
Yeah. And you have a dog.
I have a dog, new dog.
A new dog.
I love him so much.
I bet dogs are wonderful. And now you say on your bio that you're, and I don't know if you're doing this yet or not, baking and cooking?
I'm trying, yes.
Oh my God, a lawyer who wants to be, and I say this with the best of intentions, it's like housewifing, you know?
Yeah.
So knitting, it's the very traditional things that are coming back probably to a lot of career women.
I think so. I think it's nice to come home and kind of unwind in a way.
Yeah.
And so I just think, you know, like cooking and baking and kind of creating something
Yeah.
that I get to enjoy afterwards. And I think that's where the knitting comes in too, where I get a creation out of it.
And you also need something different from
Exactly.
the office
Yeah.
and the courts.
Yeah. You have a persona when you're a lawyer, and,
Yeah.
and you've got to be very, I don't know what the word would be, but you know, it's different to how I am at home
Yeah,
for sure.
yeah,
And I like
yeah.
to unwind
Oh, yeah.
completely and be just not
Take
so,
off your shoes, right?
yeah, not so professional all the time.
Yeah. Yeah. We're unfortunately getting to the end of this chat, which I'm enjoying
Aw.
terribly. But I'd like to ask you, you know, you obviously have been quite successful in life. Who helped you the most along the way?
Oh, my family.
Your family.
100%. I mean, throughout all the nights where I was stressed, crying, like even in the good moments, every kind of hurdle, every hill, every valley, everything that's kind of come my way, my family's been there by my side, pushing me, rooting me on, and enjoying every step of the way with me. So they're just 100% my biggest supporters. And now my husband joins in that as well. So I'm just growing the fan
Your
club.
husband is joined in that kind of.
Yes, for sure.
Wow.
I have a big fan club, I like to say. So
Congratulations.
thank you.
And the final question is, what in you do you think has contributed the most to your success? Now it's just you, looking at you. What is it about you that we touched upon this, but in a very short sentence, what is it about you that made you, because everybody is different. I can see somebody else having the same kind of supportive family going the wrong way. You didn't.
Yeah, I think I was pretty motivated, just constantly. I had a goal, a vision in mind, and I just worked as hard as I could to reach that goal. And I'm just grateful that I did get there in the end. And I'm really proud of everything I've accomplished along the way. But I'm always looking to the next thing.
I'm very grateful that you came here to chat and talk about your remarkable life. And I'm not going to wish you any luck because I think you're the type of person who makes your luck.
Oh, thank you. Thank you for having me.
Yeah, it's been a pleasure, and we'll see you soon.
Hopefully.
Maybe as a, I don't know, as a judge.
Oh, hopefully.
The Supreme Court.
That's the dream always, isn't it?
Let's dream big. Take care and thank you.
Thank you.
And thank you, audience, for being with us. Until next time. Thank you.